But you know, they don't come out with modules. They come out with setting books, right? So because they come out with setting books, you have to be very creative if you're GMing riffs. You have to be a creative person. Because if you have a purchase adventure, you don't need to be creative. You know, you can be creative, but you don't need to be. You can go with what's provided pretty easily. You open the door, there's an orc. You open another door. You know, sometimes they even have box text that you read out loud, so you don't even need to do that. You just say blah 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 blah, and then everybody rolls dice. With riffs, what is it? Holy man, everybody's speeding around. No, anyway, in riffs you don't have that. Everything is, you just get a setting, and you as a character need to, or you as a player, sorry, I'm getting the two mixed up, Mazes and Monsters. As a GM, you have to create all the stuff yourself. So is it that the people who play riffs, and as an extension, Palladium and Heroes Unlimited, Beyond the Supernatural, Nightbane, you know, all the Riffs Palladium projects, which are a lot, is it that creative people are attracted to those games because it's all setting fluff and you have to make it up all yourself, you know, your adventures? So if creative people are attracted to it, maybe that explains why they're all such superb role players. And when I say role players, I'm not meaning great dice rollers. I mean, they're great at getting into their characters and playing their characters and making it a really enjoyable experience, right? Because that's been my experience. Riff players are like that. They're all story over combat over roles. And I think it's a combination of the system mechanics, the involved character creation process, the fluff, and the fact that you have to create all your own stuff. If you're a Riffs player, you get your fluff book that tells you about a setting. They're all setting books, and then you make up all of your own adventures. So, you know, it's a combination of all that, but you've got great role play. If you play Riffs, you're going to have a great role play experience, chances are. Right? So, now, yeah, I know this could all be crap. Everything I'm saying could be absolute garbage, but I don't think it is. I think there's a psychological effect here happening, right? So, if that's the case, right, if what I'm saying is true, I'm wondering how Savage Riffs will fare based upon Savage rules, right? Will that change the nature of the game in terms of roleplay, right? Will that change the nature of the game? Like, I'm not sure it will, but maybe it would, right? Maybe it would. Maybe it would change it. Huh. Go figure. So anyway, guys, I'm glad I did this vlog, and if the footage doesn't come out next, you know, my Sky Cycle pilot's going back to the Coalition and just, you know, getting back into genocide against DBs. Now, DBs are dimensional beings in Riffs. Guys, I really do recommend picking up a Riffs book. Even the core, well, especially the core book. I really do. Whether I don't know if it's on PDF or not, but I really do, guys. And reading it, it's just so awesome. Riffs is so awesome. And you know, I got burnt out on Riffs because I GM'd it for 2 years. And I really burnt out on it. And when, you know, I had such an amazing group, I didn't want to let them down. And so I went on like 6 months after I was burnt out, and I ended up in a TPK, a total party kill almost, and then had to redo it and say, sorry guys, it's because I'm burnt out. And I took that break from the game. But now that I went back to it for a bit, I realizing that really the system didn't really bother me as a GM. You know, because you don't need to roll up every single NPC, right? You can role play the NPCs based upon what's already written down in the books. Who cares if you know what their score is in Radio Basic? Chances are, you know, you're not going to need that skill when you're role playing them. And even if you do, then you can just look up those skills that you use, right? Do you know what I mean? You know, I think I'm onto something here, you know? I think so, and I don't think I've clearly discovered what's what, but I think there's something that needs a bit of investigation, right? Why are some games more role-play-y than others? And I don't think it's just a simple, well, this one has easy rules, this one has hard rules. I don't think it's like that. I think there are a bunch of factors that come into play. And I think with Palladium, it's role-play heavy. And it is for a number of reasons, right? So this old school versus new school, maybe there's something there too, you know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe not, you know, maybe not. Maybe you can play 4E and be super roleplay heavy. I doubt it. I don't know what it is. I don't know, and you know, you can make the argument that the Cortex game I played in and ran was very roleplay heavy too. And it's a rules light game, but once again it's not a spoon feed you game. It goes, you know, even further than a lot of other games. It's just a rule set. Cortex Classic is just a pile of rules, and you make up what you want, right? So it lends itself to heavy role play as well. But maybe the people who were trained in role playing, dare I say trained, maybe the people who were trained in roleplay in the 80s and, you know, the earlier games, you know, maybe the 90s, I can't remember. The 90s, can't remember what happened. Maybe those people are better role players because they grew up in those types of games that lend themselves to heavy roleplay. I don't know. And now, these are half-formed thoughts, guys. I haven't really thought this through beyond what I spoke to you earlier about. That felt good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Post in the comment section. Funny thing is, when I post these videos, links to these videos on forums, RPG forums, I get loads of talk on the forums, but no talk. Here we go, this guy's like a bot. No talk on my, no talk on the YouTube channel, right? Because they're all busy commenting in the thread about the YouTube videos. So I do have people talk about what I'm, you know, engage in this discussion. It'd just be nice to see a little more on the YouTube, you know, channel. You know, and really it's just because I want to stimulate interest in, you know, in my games, or in my channel. Okay, guys, I'm kind of meandering here now because I think I've spoken about everything I need to. So anyway, check out Rifts, man. It's cool. And if you want to wait for Savage Rifts, well, check that out too. I can't comment on that. I haven't seen it, but certainly hope they don't get rid of the miles and miles of fluff that is Rifts, because that's Rifts is a great setting. You know, it's an amazing setting, and the rule set is not bad. It's not, you know, once you get into it, it's, you know, it's like anything. Once you learn it, well, then you got it. That's it, right? Yeah, so hats off to Kevin Zambita, man. What you did, and I don't think it's been analyzed enough, but what you did for the role-playing community is amazing. So Mr. Kevin Zambita, hats off to you. You should be very proud of your systems and your settings and your products. You should be very, very proud. I mean, you're up there with Gygax in terms of how you've affected people's lives, right? So hats off. Where's the racetrack when you need one? I'll race you, Mr. Puma. Mr. Puma Camper. Not really fair. But life's not fair, so let's race, Camper. CBR is a great bike. I had a review on the CBR one time and said, oh, look at that leg blocks me. They had a review on the CBR one time, and the review was about how the CBR they had a review about how the CBR could be run on a balance beam. It was so nimble, and I agree wholeheartedly, 1000%. It could be really run on a balance beam. It's so, like, low speeds, it's amazing. It's like you can be as maneuverable as if you were walking on the CBR. Like, I could probably ride it around my house, right, at low speeds. You know, I'd die from the exhaust emissions, but before I did get dizzy and fall down and die, I would be able to navigate through all the furniture pretty easily. You really could. It's like at low speeds, I guess it's like it's so maneuverable. It's just amazing. At high speeds, it's mind-blowing adrenaline. At mid speeds, it's a comfortable ride, relatively speaking, compared to other super sports. And at low speeds, it's like walking. It's such a great bike. I really didn't appreciate it for the first little while I had it, because I didn't have time to ride it enough. And now that I'm, vlogging and having an excuse too for riding, so many times you can ride around a circle and have fun.